Anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Canton's Morning News with Pam Cook continues now.
Well, of course, it is a Thursday morning, and that means we're going to talk Cleveland Indians baseball this morning. We're doing that with Bobby DiBiasio, and cool stuff this morning. We actually get to see each other face to face. If you want to check it out live on our Facebook page, you can do that on our Twitter and also on our YouTube channel at 1480 WHBC. We say hello to Mr. Bob. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Pam. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while, so it's nice to see you and talk a little Tribe this morning. Tough one yesterday, Logan Allen. Unfortunately, 23-year-old having his hiccups along the way here. So sent down back to Columbus to get himself righted and see if he can get back here as fast as possible to help us.
Yeah, that was tough. I mean, you're going to have those days, and that's kind of how you work through in April, what you work through in April, right?
Yep, absolutely. The path of, if you look at a growth chart, the path of probably 90% of big leaguers isn't a straight line up. There's some peaks and valleys and some hiccups, and it's probably true for all of us, right?
Right, yeah.
And so 23-year-old kid, having some peaks and valleys. And the one thing we know is we're pretty good at straightening pitchers out. We have a pretty cool, what we call the pitching ninja school. So we'll fix him. We'll get him righted, and he'll be back here pretty soon.
And, and you look at the division too. I mean, it's not, I don't think anybody's really forged ahead. Do you? I mean, it seems like everybody's, having their issues here and there.
Yeah, Twins came in struggling. The White Sox, hovering the 500 mark as we are. Kansas City's gotten off to a nice start. They're the ones you always hope in the back of your minds that you're the team that starts off with a nice winning streak. Give yourself a little comfort zone here in the month of April. Kansas City sort of done that, but we're going to see them for 4 on this next road trip. So tomorrow night, Shane Bieber and Dallas Keuchel face each other in Chicago. So we have 3 in the Windy City, and then we go to Kansas City for 4. So we have a chance to make a move there in the division, this 7-game road trip.
So when you come back home in May,
yes.
Attendance policy, is it going to be any different? Is there anything changed for the month of May?
Yes, absolutely. Month of May, we're at 40%. So we'll go from about 11,000 to 14,000. The one interesting item, and I know this sounds so strange, is you're going to be able to sit next to strangers again. Doesn't that just sound so weird?
Yeah.
That's normally what happened at a ball game. You bought 4 tickets, you bought seats 1 through 4, and then 5 through 8 are somebody you don't know, and that's just been normal for 100+ years. But that's now the case. In the month of April, we didn't have that. If you had a pot of 4 and people bought 2 tickets, well, we couldn't sell the other 2. That's why you never saw our attendance get to that total capacity number, but the restrictions on that were lifted, and we're able to now have pods of 10, pods of 4, pods of 2. So we're getting back to some sort of normalcy. Again, the governor had indicated possibly 100% by July 1st. So let's hope that that stays, and we can have a homestand there in the beginning of July, which we do against the Houston Astros. and open up the building to everybody, and that would be a nice twist.
So they can come and boo them, right? Yeah.
Exactly. They've been waiting to do that for
Yes.
over a year.
Yeah. I don't know, but whoever the ticket person is, they didn't know they needed to have a degree in like algebra to figure out where they're going to sit. Oh my gosh.
The manifest, it's not easy. I can honestly tell you. The work that our ticket office has put in to figure out the social distancing. A number of us were at the ballpark before the season began, zip tying seats because, when you're only allowed 30% capacity, 70% of your ballpark you couldn't sit in. And so we had to zip tie 70% of our seats, 20,000 or so. And that was not a real fun couple days for all of us, all hands on deck doing the zip tying. But it's fun. Now we get to go and cut a few of those off and welcome in more fans as we have the Reds and the Chicago Cubs coming to town after this road trip, a little National League flavor when we come back home off this road trip.
All right. Sounds good. And you enjoy draft festivities up there for this today and through the weekend. And we will talk again soon, sir. Good seeing you.
Got it. Yep. Great seeing you, Pam. You take care. Have a great weekend. Go Tribe.
A mug on a mug. You can see all kinds of cool stuff. Our fan gear is now for sale at WHBC.com.
We could be putting more of those ideas into actual actions instead of just talking about everything that could be done.
No more words. No more talk. Action I want.
What's next? Keep listening to find out.
And it maybe moves them to action rather than just being passive.
Because the news never stops. And neither do we.